Go ahead, Michelle. Okay, he said that he dealing with Manasseh. He put his left hand on Manasseh, Manasseh being the oldest, which is opposite of how this normally should be done. Go ahead.
And he also shall be great. But truly, his younger brother shall be greater than he.
Stop right there. He said, truly, his younger brother shall be greater than he.
And his seed shall become a multitude of nations.
He said, and his seed shall become what? A multitude of nations. Go ahead.
And he blessed them that day, saying, in thee shall Israel bless, saying, Elohim made thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh. And he said, Ephraim before Manasseh. And Israel said unto Joseph, behold, I die, but Elohim shall be with you, and bring you again unto the land of your fathers.
Stop right there. So, what did he say to Ephraim? He said, and he shall be what? A multitude of nations. And that's what we always emphasize, that when you read that in English, it doesn't sound like much. But in Hebrew, it's Milah Goyim, or Milah Goyim. And if you go look at your Strong's and look up those words, a multitude of nations, it literally says fullness of the Gentiles. He said, Ephraim shall be what? The fullness of the Gentiles. Now let's find out who Ephraim is. Get 37 and 16 so again.
Right?
Ezekiel 37 and 16.
Verse 16. Moreover, son of man, take you one stick and write upon it.
Moreover, son of man, take you one stick and write upon it.
For Yahuah or Judah.
Take one stick, write upon it for Judah.
And for the children of Yashra'al.
And for the children of Yashra'al. Stop right there. You notice he said what? Take one stick and write upon it Judah for the children of Yashra'al. And what? Now keep going.
And for the children of Yashra'al, his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Yahusha or Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Yashra'al.
Stop right there. He said, take you up another stick and write upon it what? Joseph. For who?
For
Ephraim. And all of who? His companions. The house of Israel. You ever notice what he said about Judah? He said the children of Israel. But when he gets to Ephraim, what does he call it? His companions, the house of Israel. You got Judah, a.k.a. the Jews. You got Ephraim, a.k.a. when we went to Genesis, Ephraim will become what? The fullness of the Gentiles. So who are these Gentiles we read about in the New Testament? The house of Israel, of Ephraim. It's just as simple as that's why he said blindness had come apart. Who? Upon Israel, so that the Gentiles can be grafted in, which would be the house of Ephraim or northern kingdom, or the house of Israel. So with that, now let's go see something after that. Let's look at read Romans 11:25 again. Because it is very important to see something here.
For I would not, brethren, that ye shall be ignorant of this mystery, lest ye should be wise in your own conceits, that blindness in part is happened to Israel, unto the fullness of the Gentiles becoming.
Blindness has happened to who? Israel. And who do we identify Israel being? And we just read it in Ezekiel 37. The house of Judah. Blinded as what?
Blind.
11:25.
In part, this happened
Blindness in part has happened.
And blindness in part has happened to
Unto
Israel,
the fullness of the Gentiles becoming.
aka the house of Judah, and to the fullness of the Gentiles, aka northern kingdom house of Israel. So, when we look at this, read verse 26. Very important.
And so all Israel shall be saved.
And so what? All Israel be saved. Underline and so. A-N-D-S-O. Because that's very important. And so now, when we look at this verse, and if you go back to your Greek concordance, whatever, and you look up that and so, it comes from the Greek phrase kahatos. Kahatos translated here means and in this manner. It literally means and in this manner. So what it should say, and in this manner, all of Israel shall be saved. Now, don't that make a world of difference? And in this manner, how is all of Israel going to be saved? I'm going to put blindness and slumber upon Judah. And when I do that, it's going to allow the house of Israel, a.k.a. Ephraim or the Gentiles, to be able to what? Receive the word and the truth and come back what? Under the covenant. And when the final, when all of this is fulfilled, because it's still taking place, you got us all over the world what? Returning back to the Father and returning back under the covenant. But he had to blind Judah first in order for Israel to be able to see the light and return under the covenant. And when we return under the covenant, we will what? Reunite, and the two sticks will become one. And when we become one, we will be what? One stick in the hand of Mashiyach, Yahusha. And he said, what? I'm going to rule over them, for they will no longer be two nations or two kingdoms, but there will be one nation, one king, and I will what? Rule over them. That's in Ezekiel 37 also. I just read that far down. And so this is what you have here. This is what's going on. This book is called the Hebrew Scriptures for a reason. It's only about Israel. People have taken your book and written you out of it. They gave you mess like Christianity. And you know what? I asked my mom, and mom, I said, you tripping now. And me and mom, we talk like this. I said, you ain't going to make me. Let's think about this. Think about our ancestors when they were slaves. How is it that they say they were Christians and saved, and you got the overseers and the masters who said they were Christians and saved? What's the difference between the two people? What justifies this people to have all the wealth and rule over this group of people, and they're hanging and murdering and killing and torturing this group of people, but all of them say they're Christians? I said, this group of people, you can't out-pray them, you can't out-sing them, you can't out-worship them. Their relationship to him is closer than this group of people. But guess what? These people here, they're the one that's prospering. They're not being killed. They're not being tortured. I said, you got to know something is wrong with that. I said, is there something wrong with the book, or is something wrong with the religion that was handed down to us? It's the religion that was handed down. The book is perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's the religion that was handed down to us. I said, you got to know something. I said, matter of fact, I said, Mama, show me at what time in this book does it endorse the religion of Christianity. Show me at what time does it endorse a religion called Judaism. Show me at what time does it endorse a religion called Islam. I said, you can't. Just like the United States is a supposedly nation, really it's a corporation. They have a body of laws or legislation to govern them as a so-called nation. I said, what do you think the 14 laws that we had? He never gave us a religion. We were a nation of people. He gave us a body of legislation called the Torah to govern us as a nation. That's it. How is it that we're the only people that they have taken our writings and our laws given to us as Israelites and turned it into a religion? Show me at what time have they taken the laws in America and turned it into a religion? They haven't. That's why they had to give us some kind of watered down and sugar-coated foolishness and mess. Got us all twisted and turned around. We don't even know how to worship and serve the Elohim of our forefather, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're too busy because we can't get past Jesus. We're the only people on this earth you serving a deity that looks opposite than you. Name me another nation that does that. We black as can be, a people of color. Here's this blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white-skinned devil, because that's what it is, the image of Satan. If this is who we worship, you're worshiping somebody looks identical to the same people that oppressed you. But you don't find it strange when you go to the Vatican, you go to Rome. How is it that the Pope, who sits on the seat of authority of all world religions, how is it that he's bowing down and praying to a black Mary and a black who they call Jesus? What is it that he knows that our people don't know? The Pope sits on the seat of authority of all world religions. Why is it that person who has that much power in that seat, how is it he bound and praying to a black deity? You've never seen him pray to a white, not the Pope, not him. Hold that office. It's always the black, who they call what? The black Madonna.
Yep.
What does he know that our people don't know? And this is what happened to our people. We've fallen to such. And this is why the Father, he's allowing us to wake up now. He said, in the land where they were carried away captive, he said, what? They shall bethink themselves and return their hearts and the hearts of their children back unto me. And then what he said will happen. He said, and there I'm going to return and gather them from those lands where they were carried away captive. And this is what's happening. That's what we're sitting in these lands calling ourselves Israel. You can't tell us we're African American, we're black. We know better than that. No, we're Israel. And we have the signs to follow us to prove who we are. What did he say we're going to happen to Israel? We'll send you back into slavery with ships. Your husband going to be sold as slave men. Your wife's going to be slave women. Your enemy shall place a yoke of iron around your neck until he has destroyed you. You're going to have children, but you're not going to enjoy them, for they shall be taken from you and given to another nation. You men, you're going to marry a wife, but another man is going to lie down and sleep with her, and you're going to possess no might in your hand. You're not going to be able to do anything about it. Go ahead.
And also, they shall cast lots for your people.
They shall cast lots for your people.
You know what I'm saying? When what is that? When 45, this and that.
The auction.
The auction. That's what happened to our people.
That's what happened to our people.
Right.
Within the Joel, he said what? He said, thou sold my people to the Grecians, that they be removed far from their borders. They given a horse for a harlot and a young girl for wine. That's what they did. They took our young men and made studs out of them. They made harlots out of them by what? Sleeping them around with anybody to produce more strong slaves and stuff. And they didn't care if it was their sister, their auntie, their niece, or whatever. And you go study the history of the Portuguese. Okay.